Okay, hopefully it's at 60 frames per second. I don't really know how it's gonna be in millisecond to like install this thing. Not because of installing, but because the stupid developers decided to like put a lock on, what was it? Like if you use open source drivers, it decides to just mess up with your, like you just decide it doesn't want to open. Okay, let's see. New game. Online multiplayer. Is this online? For story inspiration will be challenging combat. You need your grades both in and out of combat. Tactician. What about single player? What's the difference between single player and multiplayer? Let's see. Single player versus multiplayer. Yeah, I guess I'll do single player. Multiplayer, I don't know. Oh, that's to join, so I guess I'll be hosting. Just a new game. Single player. Well, I want it to be challenging combat, so I'll just do classic. The first enemy will be cunning, relentless, and coming great numbers that bombard you with nasty tricks and places that fleurs, and classic must not feature. If your entire party pressures, the save game will be erased and your quest will be well and truly over. I'll do classic. Welcome to the character creation screen. Give your heroes a name. What do you mean, heroes? Change their appearance and select one of the many classes for them to start with. Okay. Who's Roderick? Is that the default name? If it's not the default name, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Let's see, Roderick. What is this, Divinity? So their names are actually those. I don't really like to change names. Let's see. Divinity. Guess I'll just name him Roderick and Scarlet. Oh, this is to play with 2 players. Fighter, Inquisitor, Enchanter, Cleric, Battle Mage, Wizard, Witch, Shadowblade, Rogue. Major, Knight, Inquisitor, Enchanter, Conduit Cleric. Increases by the damage of your melee attacks and your movement. Yes. AI personality determines if your character has an opinion or his or her own, meaning they will make certain dialogue decisions with or without your input. Well, that's gonna be my character. Golden Toxin Sphere. Oh. Honey Glow. Oh, I'm gonna take cages. Oh, this is when you change. Ah, got it. I wonder if you change it to female and you go back, it's still called Roderick. Yup. Underwear. Oh, that's a cool underwear. Stars. That one looks cool. Damn, that hair is so red. Afro. That looks cool. Looks kind of dorky though. That looks too JRPG. Let's see. This one? Or this one? Cool. It sucks I cannot go even closer. That one looks cool.
A whetstone wheel. Now, what do I have that needs sharpening?
A whetstone! Quite.
A whetstone.
Careful now.
Look out!
A whetstone.
I may have a
Better to detonate.
I may have a blade or two that could use a honing.
What can I cook up today?
What can I.
Look out, I see a trap nearby.
Yeah. Oh, that one looks cool. Yeah, fine, I'll just leave that here. Okay. There's nobody with red hair. Haha, that's kinda stupid. The portrait is not really gonna match anything at all. That's dumb, they should have thought of that. Okay, let's say that his hair is black. But he likes to dye it. That one looks cool. Okay, so Roderick. That's his appearance, and he's a cleric. Save and throw. Okay, so healing, heals vitality and target for 7 turns. Okay. What is this? It says the one status and decreases target's willpower and bodybuilding within the spell area of effects. Okay, and this one increases with damage. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this one and this one. Good. Wait, what? I can change it? Only customize your heroes if you have good understanding. Nope, I don't. Cool. It's just gonna be called Roderick. Start game. Are you sure you're done with your character creation for all your characters? Well, I'm only playing with one character. Or should I play multiplayer? Huh. I'll play single player for now. Or should it be multiplayer? Yeah, whatever, start game. Wait, actually, let me look it up on my real quick. Original Sin, Divinity, multiplayer or single player? Because maybe it's like Diablo. So it's co-op. Oh, here it is. Seems to have multiplayer leaves the opportunity to have someone join in or later. Single players does not have the chance. Still, after starting a multiplayer, I can only own my own if the multiplayer partner is not around. True? What? Okay. One guy hosts a multiplayer game. He can then either make a new game, host will be in control of character creation, or load a save file. Now, first of all, I want to mention save files are shared between single and multiplayer, so you even have the possibility to play single player 50% of the time and get someone to join you in the other. At the moment, co-partners cannot bring their character. Okay, good. You host a game and then you can both create your own characters. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna play single player since I'm only gonna be playing by myself. Wait, but I don't want Scarlet to be a cleric. Whatever. Yes.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The cam wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. Don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere's safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
don't know why the hell I'm playing this with a controller. Okay. Welcome to Divinity. Move your characters around with L. Understood. Go to the camera on the character who are zooming in and out. Okay. Cool. Just say while facing another object, interact. Okay, sure.
More junk.
Hold RT to open the panel selection, radial point. With the direction military panel to what? Right trigger. Okay. So right trigger. Can I just press I? This is military where everything you pick is stored. Pressing X to find out what you can do with objects in your inventory. So let's go. Wait, I think I might have to redo the game because I chose her to be a cleric. Yeah, I think I might have to redo it.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
How do I change? Character. The overview panel shows the current level, blah blah blah. Press RB to access other tabs. Oh, so I cannot change her. Oh, there, Scarlet. What is she? Because if she's another cleric, what is she? Where can I see their abilities? Single-handed. Recovery. Yeah, she's a cleric. Let's see. Why? Okay.
Into the fray once more.
I just wanna make sure that, because if she's another cleric, that's not gonna make sense. I have to restart this thing. Right? Maybe I change characters. How do I change characters? There. Let me see if there's any benefit of playing with this thing, otherwise I'm gonna go back to playing with the...
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What, did you expect it to have an entourage?
Yeah, I have to restart the game.
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple.
These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
I want to see how this works, otherwise I'm going to
Arise, fair dead!
change.
Seize upon our enemies!
Okay. Yeah. This is kind of annoying to like move around with this. Okay. How do I attack? Oh, okay. Endure to rough movement. Scarlet's turn. Wait, why is she not? I thought she was supposed to be an AI. Yeah. No. I wanna go back to the main menu. She cannot be a cleric too. Classic. At least I know what to do now. But how do I change character? Okay, so oh, there's a battle mage. Cleric. Alright, some tanky. How do I change to Scarlet? See, like that, right now she changed, so right now she's not the same class. That's a little stupid. Right now she's an enchantress. Let's see, Divinity. Original sin. Change class Scarlet. Here, like people are asking, like, how do you edit it? I think that you just have to move the highlight to where the character's name is. Character's name is highlight. Wait, so I have to just keep pressing? Oh my god, are you serious? I just have to press right. That's stupid. Okay. Which one do I choose? That one. Warrior, Honey Glow, hair, that one. What's it, henna red? No, there, autumn wine, that one looks cool. And the head was the one with, that one looks cool, okay. Back. And then Scarlet is going to be prefers to attack from afar, manipulating foes with powerful magic. Nope. Hello mage. Wizard. Witch. What does she do? Summons a level 1 spider. Wayfarer. Shadow Blade. Rogue. Knight. see what this one uses. Make it freeze the target. Freeze another talent. Freeze the target. Yeah, this one's fun. That one's actually fun. Let's change her appearance.
I may have a blade.
Hold! Careful!
Ah, forge. The one place metal and bread are welcome in equal measure.
I got some skill in her. Let me change the hair first. That looks cool. That's cute. That looks cool. Do they have green? Jade. Then that would change the curve. Jade's not really that cute at all. That one. Actually, white looks cool. No, she looks okay. Stars. Let's say she's originally blonde, but she likes to dye her hair. Yep. Cool. That should be good. Yep. I'm still unsure about like playing with them. Oh, no. Start game. Okay, now I'm good. Yep.
In the days of old, the sword.
Yep, we already saw that one. Controls. What if I change? Oh, I cannot change it. Damn. There's no audio. Game. No, I wanted to disable it. Quick save, dialogue. Show subtitles there. No, I should be good.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
Ooh, what's that?
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
What's this? Another shell.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage?
Let's get this. You find a magic scroll. With it you can cast spells you haven't yet. Cool. It looks like it's because I tumbled down from cliffs. Sure, let's get it. Hold RT to open the panel selection of radio. Point the L in the inventory. Fine. So this inventory. January 21. Rejoice for the statues have granted my wish. Their whimsical nature, however, must be taken lightly. So before I soar through the sky like an eagle, I shall attempt a mere hop from the cliffs down at the beach. This should be a smaller feat for the man that can't fly. If the experiment is successful, the sun shall be my next target. Yeah, no. He died. What is this? The Order of the Sources and Days of the History. The Order of Source Hunter of history. When Source was tainted so many centuries ago, sorcerers who had been robbed with good began to wield the force of evil. When one of their kind, Brachus Rex, came to power, he instigated a war that would have undone before. Oh my god, this is too much. Nope. Oh, understood. Talk.
Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Pure madness.
Pure madness. How could someone be so utterly naive?
Rivellon is no stranger to the supernatural. He might well have flown into the sunset and looked down at us cynics, laughing.
Send out require you to voice your opinion. This opinion gives you a trait which can result in a stat or ability bonus. Sure. Oh, another shell. Mine. Sure. Fine. There are more seashells here. Mine. I don't know what the hell I'm just doing with seashells. Oh well. Ooh, what's this?
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Okay, now at least I'll be able to fight properly.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Oh, that sucks, she left. Okay. So I'm going to attack this one. My turn. Move the cursor with Del, press A on the button to move. attack. Oh. That's cool. Can I attack this one too? Haha. Ouch. I want to use my ability. Physical damage of your melee attacks in your movement.
Sons of the Stalwart!
I'm gonna attack this one. Whack. Can I attack again? No? How about this one? No? Oh wait, hey, my turn. Whack. This one. Cool.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
How do I change the color? Hey.
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
Yeah.
We
let's
can't well
investigate.
turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed.
Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
Let's go. Access the optional tutorial area by entering the dungeon behind you. Behind me. This one? Okay. Understood. Ooh, one tile. There's nothing. Ooh,
This seems to be broken.
candles. Oh. That's so dumb, I can just turn it down.
This
and turn
seems
it
to
off.
be broken.
Ooh. Chest. Highlight the chest and press to bring up the actions. Select attack and confirm. Okay. Whack. Attack! Duration. Okay, sure. Equipment. This is your equipment. Select the slot and press A. Oh. Sure. Here. Oh, trunks. I wasn't wearing trunks before. Source Hunter Sarako. Nothing. Come on, rat friend. Ooh. Attack. Attack.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
Water balloon. This one, don't have something.
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
There's a mine ahead. Trigger mines by attacking them. What the hell? You can knock down a target and deal crushing target. I don't have a weapon. Explosive mine. Actions. I'm going to attack. No, 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 no! How? Actions. Examine. No. Actions. Yes. No, 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 no.
Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
How can I do that? Maybe I change to start. Okay. No, wait,
Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
Okay. Actions. Use. No, no, no,
Better
no.
to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
Actions. Attack. Oh.
These flames bite deep!
Sorry. Crap, 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 crap.
Back on my feet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch it to mouse and keyboard. Playing with the this thing is weird. Ooh, there's another one here. Fire arrows. Find a lockpick to open it. Okay. Can I just attack it? Attack. Oh, damn.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
Advanced selection, second selection, move close to the tomb. Gravekeeper Ray Quinton. The graves in the antechamber before moving into the inner rooms. To proceed, stand very close to the impress door and press the button that appears on his right hand side. Okay. There's something around here. Nope. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, there's a key. Arrowhead.
This seems to be broken.
Okay.
Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
Yeah, but I cannot use lockpicking. Attack. Yeah, that's gonna take me a while. Maybe I can come back.
I've spotted something.
Something hidden has been revealed. The higher your possession, the more likely you reveal traps and secrets. Understood. That's it. You're broken. Press and move your cursor to the door. Attack with A. Oh. That's cool. Attack.
We made short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long.
It's best to make a quick save. Press to bring down the menu and select quick save. Okay. Nope. This one. Quick save. Oh. Brain scroll. Inventory. Pick up. Oh. So I gotta use the brain scroll. Water removes fires. This water spell will destroy a water barrel to clear out the fires, but take care to avoid fire surfaces. Inventory. Brain scroll. This should be fine.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Fine. What's in here? Empty. Cool. That's an arrows. Ooh, there's the lockpick. Okay. Let's turn on this torch, and let's turn on this torch. What's here? Soap. Some arrows. What's in here?
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
I don't like using axes. Okay. Shoot it to Scarlet. Attack. Damn, it was poison. Oh, what's this? No, don't poison yourself. Trap disarm toolkit. Ah. Please. Open. Cool. Old cloth bracers. I'm gonna open that one that was locked over there. Pick lock. Hey. There's the bow. All character down and be set on fire. Cool. Wait, how was I supposed to find that if there's really another lockpick around here? That's BS. Yeah, there wouldn't have been a way to find that. Yeah, that's total BS. Unless it was here. No. Ah, well. What's in here? Fireball scroll. Tracing fire on poison surface and poison
What
clouds.
venom churns within me?
Spell of fire. Dude.
My life is ebbing away. The Seven call me home.
Dude, you're so stupid.
Bless the Seven! I am restored!
No, bless me, because you were stupid to do that. Okay, so fire spell. Tooth, the product of very conscientious toothbrusher. It's a fuse. Sure. Ooh. Metal temple door key.
This seems to be broken.
Hello, friend. You don't understand a word the animal is saying. If you had the pet pal talent, you could have had a meaningful conversation. Ah. How about the other girl? Come on, where are you, pet friend? Let's talk. Ah. That's stupid. Jameson might actually like this game. Mug of water. Ooh, lockpick. Arrow. Arrow. Rusty lever. Awesome.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Place an object over the pit to stop the puddle or clouds from spreading. How can I place an object there? Place. Sure, let's pick it up. Wait, but I want to put it somewhere. Can I just toss it? Secrets of the Scroll, Volume 3. Pixie dust. Oh, those poor pixies. Rebellion's powers are many, and even with the intervention of we enchanters, her magic shines through her. Even the most common objects sprinkled with a bit of pixie dust. These object natural powers are quite enhanced. A rabbit paw, for instance, might only be of use to the most superstitious, but given a fine coating of pixie dust, the paw's magical properties spring to life. Held on a thread, rope, or a ring to the magical paw will bring great luck to its wearer, but the rabbit is placed on the tip of its magical iceberg. Cool. Rabbit's paw amulet. Okay, so going back to inventory. I'm going through throw. Dude, come on, hold on. I need to heal myself.
On the mend.
Okay.
I needed that.
Throw. There.
I've spotted something interesting.
Oh, there's another one right there. I'm gonna combine with no. Move. There. There it goes.
I've spotted something interesting.
Ah, that's what you spotted. Thank you. I'm gonna move it here. Nope. Awesome. With great starfish. Loves you. Base. Cool.
You've made a mess of an ancient tomb! It was my arthritis! I couldn't help it! Arthritis, my skull! Which made me see this.
Shh! I think I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
Okay. Sneaking. That's so dumb. Okay. Sometimes you place up to scout ahead, ignite the oil those skeletons are standing on to damage them prior to combat. Highlight a candle and move it there.
Something isn't right here. It could be an ambush.
Oh, they're looking here. I'm gonna move it. There. Flop. Cool. They died. Right? I'm gonna give her that. To her. No space. Equip. Smoke grenade, sure. Ooh, gold. Nah. Tea. How about the brown pile? Nope. What is that? Wait. Did I get that one? Pressure plates can be activated by your own body weight or by an object. They make a click sound when they are activated. Something here. Nope. Candles. I'm gonna grab this. And you too. You. Cute. Coal basket. Oh. Ooh. Stunning arrowhead. Arrow shaft. Press X instead of combined with. Okay, so arrow shaft combined with stunning arrowhead. Craft. Stunning arrow. Oh. Shaft with poison arrowhead. I discover a potential item combination that lacks the requirement to successfully complete the combination. And arrowhead. Arrows. Cool. I'm starting to like this game. What else is here? Cooking pot. What can I do with it? Cooking pot. Hammer. I can equip it. Ooh. Compare. A less useful weapon. I want the hammer though. Compared to what? Source, hunter's mace. I have a mace. It's fine. It's kinda sucks that like it's a mace, but he's wielding a sword. Hold LT and use the to highlight a party member. Press Y to split. Left trigger. Understood. Split. Why would I want to do that though? Got it. Okay, I guess Roderick, you heard it. Scarlet. Hold left trigger. Okay. Toggle. Okay. Oh. There. Ooh. But first I'm gonna heal her.
Sweet relief!
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The bloodstone, deliver it now and I may deign to end you quickly. In life, I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Run if you like, Defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave.
No, I don't want to fight him. Red button, okay. First of all, I'm going to cast this thing's holy hand grenade. Oh, that's cool. Sets a warm status indicates target's willpower and mobility. Movement.
Power stance!
Power stance. Okay. Set the warm status and decreases target's. So what happens? Decreases by the by. Okay. Divine light.
Light of the gods!
Awesome. Hopefully I can make it. We don't have enough action points. I cannot attack him. I'll end my turn. Shoot. Bitter cold. Freezes the target nearby, dealing 4 to 5 other damage. Crap. I want freezing touch, but I had to touch it, huh? Yeah, I had to touch it. No. How about bitter cold? Oh shoot. Again. Oh, I cannot. Shoot. You're gonna get attacked then.
Face the unending darkness.
I can thwart your every move.
So many enemy concentration small you can press to get a top-down view. Change combat highlights in the game option to decrease combat clarity. Do it. Up. Ah, it's fine. Okay. Now what am I gonna do? Attack. Whack. Again. Whack. Oh no, I do have a club. My turn. And now Scarlet. Again.
Face the unending darkness.
Delay your turn by using delay turn skill during your combat turn. As a result, your turn will be pushed to the end of that turn. I don't want to do that though. I don't really want to kill it. Oh, it's struck by divine light. It's warm. Oh, talent's opportunist. Gives you the ability to prevent attacks opportunity. Sorry, dude.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
What? He's a ghost. I don't want to hit him though. Ooh, I'll pick it up later. Whack. Oh shoot. Again. Sorry, dude.
7 have mercy on your soul.
World tooltip. Understood. Oh. That's what I need. Key. Soul, crossbow.
Here lies Master Ragequin's second apprentice, killed by dying.
Sorry, dude. Really didn't need to fight it. Huh, wait. Where am I? I think I am at the other end, huh? Yeah, I am at the other end. Yep.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel.
Who are you?
We're Legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Rivellon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius? Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
Ever cat the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah! So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
This is a comparative dialogue that allows you to roleplay.
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Capital. Come along, we're not far from the city.
I wanna get this. Oh, that's all the way over there. Flower.
Come, let's have another drink while we still can.
How do I do it? Inventory. Crafting and cooking with Radeon RX guide. Because girls will put rhythm and bells in your clubs and access Radeon are the all-knowing. Whether you lost in a metropolis or the untrodden wilds, a proper bachelor can craft alchemies to survive an orc and those your simple goals. Let's have a look at some of Radeon's classic. A good arrow starts with its shaft. You can make your own arrow shaft out of any 3 branch. All it takes is a knife, then create your own special arrowhead to really surprise the enemy. But we'll leave that for another chapter. If you think a dagger takes you too up close and personal to an ugly enemy's face, try sticking it at the end of a 3 branch so you can poke him from a bit of a distance. If you're not stabbing type, glue 2 branches together and you got yourself a staff. Cooking. Because girls' dishes take ages and come with too many vegetables. I thought the Sicilian pie, all you need is a wheel of dough and whether topping takes you fancy flesh, fish, or those funny mushrooms. Yours is to choice. Urban bachelor, prepare your pie and slide it in the oven. Feral bachelors, prepare your pie and heat it over a low fire. You can go amiss with a Sicilian pie, the ultimate bachelor sustenance. The delicious smells may attract hungry, savage creatures. Radeon cannot be held responsible for the death of pie-baby feral bachelors. Here are some of Radeon's favorite. First off, prepare your dough. All it takes is some flour, and water. This is your base ingredient for bread, but you can turn it into cheese bread dough with cheese, or Sicilian pie dough with fish, or even pizza with pizza sauce. To make pizza sauce, just smash a tomato with a hammer for all I care. Ha. Tomato sauce. Cheese right there. Pizza dough. Dough. More dough. Sicilian fish pie. Yeah, I think it looks gross. Oh, cool. Mermaid spear. So what if I go here and I go to crafting? I think this is the recipes. Food. Dough. Done. I created dough. Cool. Ooh, shell. There's a mushroom there. So now I can make mushroom pie, right? So if I go inventory, no, crafting, food, oh, never mind. Where are the tomatoes? Stuff. Empty. Ooh, tomato.
What the hell's happening down there? Orcs! Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle their big brutes.
Wow. I'm going to the inventory. Crafting. Tomato sauce. Pizza dough. Am I going the right way? Whoa, crap. Damn, I'm in a lot of pain. What level is this thing? Level 2. Shoot. I need to heal her. Scarlet. I cannot end my turn yet. Damage. Oh crap. Scarlet better do something good for this dude. Shaman. Shoot. Examine. That's an oil barrel. What's that? That's a black cultist. But I do not have something to use it with. Actions. Shoot. This is an oil barrel. Inventory. Yeah, I don't have anything. What is this? Bolts of electricity. Freeze touch. Come on, please freeze yourself. Yes. And you. This is a black cultist. Orcs are not that smart, so sure. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Freeze yourself. Yes. Present. No. Damn. How the hell can they like slash like 3-4 times? Oh.
Good as a new penny.
Okay. 6 AP, that's too far away. We need to kill this one this week. Let's go for it. Whoa. Again. Scarlet.
Seven, have mercy on your soul.
Maybe now you can learn something useful, like how to wash your underthings.
Oh, cool. Leveled up. Wait, what? Character. Go through all tasks and spend available points to become more powerful. Yeah, I have the power stance. Attributes. The attributes have just kind of stats on the left as well secondary. Okay, so archers, spellcasters. Abilities. Use your saving throws against knockdown, burning, frozen, bleeding, crippled, blinded, weak, disease infected. Still. I want to learn to talk to animals. Nasty things. Sleep. I don't know, I have to think about it. Talents. Traits. If the voice is not pronouncing good, this is the opinion of traits. We'll probably send this by one. Treasures. This battle. Fuck. Oh crap. And I'm gonna move behind. No! Really? Why are you hitting? Scarlet. Shoot.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
How very curious. And how very disquieting.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Sorry.
I like you much better.
Of course. Okay. Cool. Actually, oh, that sucks. I cannot go there. Let's go to her. Sure. Here. Nope. Here. Flask. Smoke grenade. Nope.
One day coming.
I like
Vengeance
you much
will
better
be
with your
ours.
guts on the floor.
Can't talk to this dude. No?
Hail, Source Hunter. Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. I'm a proud legionnaire and always will be, but I thought we'd be doing more slashing and less dying when we landed in Sicil. Bloody orcs are at it again. Beats me what on earth they want in Sicil. This is their second attack within as many weeks, and their second defeat. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special source hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to rain clouds? Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the Kerr's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicil?
Hail, Source Hunter! Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. I'm a proud legionnaire and always will be. But I thought we'd be doing more slashing and less dying when we landed in Sicil.
He's saying the same thing.
Bloody orcs are at it again. Beats me what on earth they want in Sicil. This is their second... That rat-faced shame. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention.
He says he's saying exactly the same thing but with a different voice. Someone's laughing. Cat.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold, there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow.
Okay. We took her word led by a human.
A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. A shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
Let's see, from what I heard, from what I've seen and heard, this isn't the first time you had problems with more raid.
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of 2 worlds. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil.
Okay.
And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sects, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
And I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
Right, just... Oh, this will be stealing. I don't want to steal. I like the moon. Steak.
Straight to the harbor! Come on, mate! Put your bags into it!
Ooh, mackerel.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the armor!
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
What the hell? Cut. Come on, what the hell?
Are these the biggest buckets we've got? We need more help, or she's lost!
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Fine.
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Water balloon.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
Pablo.
Hey, stop that!
It was argumenting to disturb you. I'll shoot my weapon. He said I much prefer to face a fellow without the threat of this in my head.
Save that ship all by your lonesome. Quite the feat. If I had the magic touch about me, I'd have lent you my hand too. I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sails. But you managed to rescue her from a watery grave. Closest thing to a miracle I've ever seen.
Goodbye. There.
A home, a livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes while we could do nothing but look on. These damn orcs. They can't keep off this place for the life of them. They came in here slinging fireballs and swinging swords. Wasn't a thing we could do to defend ourselves. Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment ago. With our ship sunk, we're little more than 3 men with nothing more to say than boo. With our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around here, that's for sure. Maybe you can keep an eye out, though.
How about the burning ship?
That was a right stunning show of magic you pulled, it was. Wish you'd have been around when our own barge went down in flames.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. Really? Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment ago. These bleeding orcs. I can't keep... Well, you know, that was a right stunning show.
He's saying the same thing.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything. That was a right stunning...
Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Is that Bertie still right?
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Who are you?
Shores? Here? In Seal? Bah! Of all the cursed hunks of rock to land on, Conrad chooses this one. That was some fast acting there. Many thanks on behalf of all us seamen. Madness. Thought we were done with those swampy uglies a fortnight ago. Note, though, that none of them dared to come close to the tide splitter. You're...
Sauce? Here, he's...
saying the same thing.
You forgot. That loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst. Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage? Shores? Here?
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile?
Passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Name's Conrad. Cargo trader, sea captain, an expert in all things nautical. Folks across Andervale know to give old Conrad a holler when it comes to rare imports and magical items. Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching an attack on a city where a great wizard resides. Though even I must admit they put up a hearty effort.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Towards you. The attitude tends to fluctuate further the higher the attitude, the better the prices are. Donating.
Speaking of you, Fulgur, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign like...
Later, dude.
And don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Ythel anymore?
Come on, really?
smell the sea air over this rot.
Oh, duty's not so bad, hey?
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now. Turn a phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. And don't mind if I pick your brain about the scoop around Undervale. I tell you, this gig sure beats getting my toes bitten off by zombies out in the field. We warehouse guards don't have to do much apart from stroll the perimeter a few times an hour. And, of course, every now and again, some friendly folks, like yourself, will wander through here. And nothing beats a pleasant conversation, though my comrade Horatius has quite different opinions on that matter. Have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a townsperson with a hello instead of a state your purpose, he starts frothing on and on about guardly duty and security breaches. This Jake business is quite the scandal, no? I myself suspect his wife, Esmeralda, and the butcher seconds that, let me tell you. Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through quite the nasty divorce himself, and there's his children to consider. But I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Never did get on well with her mother ever since the incident. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure having a fresh ear around here.
Wow. Okay, so I have to go here. This is what I need to do.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this house of Legion goods. Courteous is my name, the Legion is my calling. This is a storing house for Legion supplies, perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Courteous, have been trusted to guard it.
Oh my god, this dude doesn't have a brain. Moira.
Well, a source hunter. About time the council took us seriously. Maybe you can start with the two idiots hiding their pet orc here.
Pet orc? Here?
Come now, enough doom and gloom. Cast your gaze instead upon my fair, fanged filly.
What?
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes. Who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile. But my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions. But now we're needed at our posts. I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her.
Huh?
A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
Ah, I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You're right. The information she provides could well turn the tides here in Cyseal.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this. Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen.
Can I trade with her?
She's purring.
What fool would trust a 2-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from Youthful Gore?
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Away from there, you pilferer. That room is off limits to the likes of you, so close that door. Good.
Fine.
But do not tempt fate again, or my sword will bring thee justice.
What's in that room?
This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm.
Fine, fine. We know what's stealing. Ish.
We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
A source hunter. I thought.
We got the panel selection
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
We can still best to let her live. Oh, they won't work. Captain Arias, sure. Oh yeah, I had to look there. Fucking statues. Fire.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's order. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognise you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the investigation? You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Captain Aureus something fierce. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left-field orc attacks long enough for reinforcements to arrive. I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2 runs the risk of being outflanked and outnumbered. I'll bring some backup if I were you. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter. Cyseal needs you alive and well.
What's out here? Fishy. Try the fishes because why not? Ooh. Tomatoes. Okay, where the hell do I have to go? North, Sicily, south. Okay. Over here. I wish the map didn't move. Is there a way to make that? Options. Game. Camera shake. Close up dialogues. Rotating. Nope, I don't want it to rotate. Good. Ooh. There's a treasure there.
Honor to meet you. I wish I was a source hunter. Dangerous line of work, but it's a damn sight more glorious than being a legionnaire.
Press to open your map. Important captures and marker stations for your map. That's the crime scene. This is Esmeralda. Oh, there's Captain Office. Damn, this is a huge town.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly. A hungry man, you know.
I want to help you. Don't go. Oh well, he's gone.
Fresh haddock, perfect for a fry-up. That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Good luck with these Sicilian Source Hunter.
Is this the dude?
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the Source Hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
I'm here to do my duty.
I'm here to do my duty, which is hardly the same as adventuring.
I'll thank you to leave me be.
So you mean to say we do not live a life of adventure? We don't do anything else all day long.
Clearly, 2 strong personalities stand before me. 2 who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty source hunters? Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous 5, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
You'll always stay menial with that attitude. Just what those trusted masters want.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed, that you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it. Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Rivellon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
That's a scheme.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another. Cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Rivellon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Change subject.
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop.
I'll take my leave. Ooh, kitty. Oh, cute.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke, you potato-eating peasant. The closest I come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffron's, I
Is
dare
here
say.
where it happened? What the hell is that dude doing there?
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation? Go on the path to the right.
Oh. That's where the murder happened. I need to increase. There. I couldn't really see well.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Sure. No, red friend, don't die. Do I have fire? I can just put this. Oh, I cannot use it. But I can move it, right? No, I can't. Oh well. And back up. This one? That's Esmeralda.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Chicken. Oh. That's a rooster. That's a person.
We secured the perimeter.
Have some pity.
Ah, not this one. Fine.
1 coin or 2, noble spirit? 1 coin or 2? Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits. Ah, a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the Western Cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
Oh, wow.
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility.
Wait, what? Okay.
Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety.
only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul. May the soul of Astartes smile upon you, kind stranger. Thank you, kind one.
So those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Fortune.
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality?
Some of the richest people in the world are also some of the most miserable. Gold can purchase many things, but neither joy nor wisdom are among them.
Can you spare a coin? May the seven bless you, most generous friend.
Sure.
May the soul of Astartes smile upon you, kind stranger.
Poor guy. Does he have something in his house though? Oh, it's burnt. This is Merlin.
Ah, cruel fortune.
Your return marks a victory, Hunter. We'll vanquish our foes yet.
Crap. Legion headquarters. Hey, there's Arius.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil, by which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
Okay.
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. If you must.
Dead.
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Siseel stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Siseel!
Tell me about the Legion.
We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
What are the orcs doing in the beach?
I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Ahu tells me he suspects a sect might be at work around sea.
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
Damn. I want to steal everything.
Crossed her lips
What's
and
this?
leaped an ear of aptitude.
Ahu.
No, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast.
I should say hi to Ahu. He's level 20.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. And what might those be?
Nah.
But certainly. What would you like to know?
Bye.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
Is the woman in this case under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Aww.
Bit Tull right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Yep. Sure, we can help her.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy, if we can trust her to watch our backs.
That's a mighty big if.
Yep.
We can't have one of our team wandering off into the wilds when we need her to be watching our backs.
Can't say I'm surprised. You wouldn't want an untamed thing like that sleeping next to you at night. Now it's for us to decide what to do with her, of course.
If I've got my say, we'll take her into the woods and put her down.
No.
Say, Source Hunter, do you reckon the vendor's got any large, rather
Maybe I'll help her. Big if.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Performers, showmen,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my mouse and keyboard. What the hell? Is he painting a chicken?
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts. Now,
Right, no, you're painting a chicken.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for fry-up.
Oh crap, I passed it? Yeah, I passed it. Why cannot run?
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the Northern Cave?
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't
Yep, I've
open this
spoken to
door
him.
for
Let
anyone.
me
Not
inside.
exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
Thank you. Whoa. What the hell?
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
What the hell was that?
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all!
No. Zigzag.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious!
Who are you and how do you get here?
Oh, yes, proper introductions. Zixex the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow.
Why is this place, as you say, shrinking?
Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
Sure.
Might be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
telescope. Dragon.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. Onward we should go.
Please tell me he's not gonna jump. Ooh, pillow plate vial. I can open the desk. There's nothing. Sure. Let me sit on the chair. Lie on the mattress. Okay, sure. Fine. Let's sell the pigs.
Another one for the collection.
It's useless.
I guess someone else got here first.
Hello.
More junk.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
You're a believer, connected.
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Through the portal, then.
After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally. Onward, forward. You first, but don't dilly-dally.
Sure, let's go.
Yes! Just as I'd hoped! There she is! There is...
Piggy!
And he's off!
It seems the Imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Piggy! What's this? There's other portals. Yeah, I should just follow him. What? Oh. Last chest. I'm gonna talk.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
It was a stone, a strange stone that stopped us from where we stood in Riverland to this planet among the stars.
A stone? So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so?
Yes, that's just what happened. Have you seen it before?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
What is a starstone? Where does it come from?
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Riverlon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost? So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
We can deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this.
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
Still, it's quite a leap from finding a strange stone to placing the world's salvation on our shoulders.
Yep.
I am the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me!
Cool. That's cute. I guess that's not the last
What do you think, Source Hunter?
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you. Ask and I shall answer, if I can. I am the weaver of time, as I have told you. Though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb, to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the epics of eternity. Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they done so? I do not know. Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle. Time alone will tell. Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain the imperfections upon the tapestry. As yet. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined. I believe that Starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the threads of old. Oh, Hunter, I have no need for company, like I have no need for air or appetite or affection. All I need, and all I am, is time. And time is running out, unless you remedy its decline. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship. For you may prove to become the cure that will heal my slipping soul. Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed. What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the star stones will tell us. What it is but the end. What it could be is the end of ends. I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the end of time appeared in these deep dark skies, I materialized here, as if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever.
I got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, it seems that you are creating time. These Starstones, please, seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone.
If you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon, not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
The Weaver of Time said our finding Starstone helps her weave the tapestry once more. How is that possible?
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
I'll have some question for you.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
If I'm supposed to search for the Starstone, it would be handy to know where to start looking.
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the Tapestry of Time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
Which agent? I still don't understand how Starstone and the Boy Dragon are related.
Neither do I. But the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies. This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the Void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
You say you're the imp historian, but you seem to be more than a mere imp and more than a mere historian.
Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy. But of course, I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job. So, gather those star stones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void forever.
Don't you find it somewhat lonesome being the sole chronicler of time?
Lonesome observing the frontier of creation? Surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore? Lonesome being privy to all that has been and all that is? Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit of company now and then. Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years. I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the Sons of Sigurd. The last Rivellonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world.
Cool.
I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
So you're gonna sit. You receive a rune that allows you to quick travel. Press to access the game menu and select waypoint to instantly access all waypoints.
Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another?
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
Those are waypoints. Tree of Life. I assume, right? This one doesn't have it. Piggy! this waypoint, I guess. Turned on this one too. Waypoints. Northgate. I think I'm gonna take a break.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Actually, our business at hand is the murder of Consular Jake.
So it is, and so it should continue to be. For I suspect his foul murder and the plight of dying time are somehow interconnected. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek.
Cool.
That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
How do you find out?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
Why is there so particularly nice for us to have found our shelter somewhere?
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, save it all too seldomly.
I wonder, do you put absolute credence in the word of Zigzag, Time, Void, and Luminant?
Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. It is nothing. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand, all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I lays beside the hearths of home.
How do you become Zigzag's agent?
I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
Ooh, achievement, trick bag. You just received a teleported pyramid. These pyramids are linked to each other, so always come in pairs. One to your inventory and use the pyramid to teleport to its pair. Cool. And I'm gonna save. And this one's gonna be called... Got to find the murderer. Cool. That's fun. I'm going to stop playing for a while. I need to work out. I'll play later. Stopping.